Isaiah chapter 68 and verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Yes, Kala Yah Ba'Hashem Yeshua, back at you with another lesson. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Harakah Kwadash. Double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Grant Millstone for teaching us this truth, and sanitation to all the sincere Akim, and rise up to the house of David. Yes. End times, man. We want to look up that word there. End. You know, because my previous video, one of my videos, if this ain't the end, what is? And it goes into some of the current events that are taking place now. All the things that Yahushua said would be taking place when he's present, when he is present. And he's present now. He's present now. His angels are going around about the earth, seeing whose heart is right towards him. Yeah, the angels which are the Most High, Yahweh's eyes. And we see them more or less every night. The so-called UFOs, our military, the invincible military that is coming and giving us little sneak previews here and there, keeping their air of mystery, but soon they're going to make a dramatic entrance. The skies are going to be filled with UFOs, chariots, angels, which are not UFOs, they're identified. So let's go in on this little word here. First, I'd like to go into the Google as a starting point. The word end. Yeah, another one of my videos I did was this time we're in the time of revelation. Things are being revealed, and all the wicked are being exposed and revealed for who they truly are. But on the other hand, the righteous shall be glorified for who we truly are, serving Yahweh Yahushai. Let's go into this word end times first. So just briefly says, in some religious beliefs, the period leading up to Judgment Day. Don't know about religious beliefs, but that's just in the scriptures, man. In the book of Revelation, Judgment Day. People are talking about some of these current events. They appear like the apocalypse. They're describing it as the apocalypse, the end times, days of judgment. And they even so-called evolutionists or people that don't believe in God are talking about, oh, this is like an apocalypse. This fire, it came through so quickly. It left nothing, and the flood came through so quickly. And the latest flood is over there in, I think it's Russia, the latest flood. That things keep coming up on the news. The latest one was, let me just look at this. Yeah, Germany. There's a flash flood over there in Germany. So these are just signs. Many things happening. These are just one of the latest ones. The flash flood over there in Germany. A period leading up to Judgment Day, or apocalyptic. The people are saying this is like the apocalypse. So yeah, let's have a look at this one in the end. A final part of something, especially a period of time, an activity, or a story, conclusion, determination, ending, finish, close, resolution, climax. Just for people who may not know, or just refreshing the memory if you already know. You know, like I say, this is a word exercise. So you put in the exercise, you get the benefits. You know, a word exercise, exercising on this this vessel that we have, and we're going to get to the blue letter. Limits, margin, edge, border, come to an end. And yeah, this system, this wicked Babylonian system, is coming to its final climax, its end. Yeah, and we're going to hit some precepts to back up the statement. Yeah, we're living in the end times. I'm going to zoom in a little bit on this. In the etymology. Yeah, I'm starting to like doing these word exercises, man. You know, you get to understand words, and it becomes second nature when you're bringing things out. When you're bringing things out there on the highways and the byways, it becomes second nature. Just go to your reservoirs of your memory, and the Most High brings it out through the power of the Spirit. But you got to put it in first in order for the Most High to bring it out. So end in the Old English, end, conclusion, boundary, district, species, class. All right. End. This is a bit different. The origin. Let's go down here. The origin sense of outer post part. It's absolute except. All right. Gives you an example here. End of the earth. End of the earth. Here's another one there. The last straw. The limit. And this kingdom is at its last straw. Because the wise man built his house upon the rock, and the foolish man built his house upon the straw. He built his house upon the straw, the sand, and everything that is built upon straw or sand cannot stand, because it's not concrete. So this kingdom is at its last straw. That's why we're seeing these people there. They're acting out of character. The people that have this kingdom on lease, they're getting sloppy and they're acting all out of character. Joe Biden is, when you hear, you know, when he starts talking, is he gonna finish that sentence, or is he just gonna doze off halfway through the sentence? These are the kind of people that are the Most High put over us. Joe Biden, you know, these sleazy E's. And like I say, think everything is coming out. What is in the dark is being brought out in the light. The kind of people that are ruling over us, all their sleazy pedo behavior, the pedo-like behavior, this is all being revealed. So these are the people that are ruling over us. End man. Yeah, he's the last man. But Jacob is the beginning of that afterward. He is the end man, but Jacob's coming in, you know, the beginning of this kingdom, our kingdom. So that's all I wanted on that. Final straw. End of the earth. Point is made on that one. Last straw. Limit. Ends of the earth. Right, let's get into my precepts now. Get into some of these precepts on Isaiah 64:10. Declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done. Well, coming into the times though, and the last one is going to be the missiles. We've got the MOB or the MOTB, the mark. Yeah, so that's yet to be implemented or made mandatory. They're making certain making the juk mandatory over in certain states, over in Australia, you know, certain states over in America. It's just got to be, that's got to be done on a worldwide schedule. And then the MOTB, the mark, you know, and then the World War III. Yeah, we're in the time of skirmishes now. Little skirmishes are popping up here and there. Little skirmishes turn into big skirmishes, and big skirmishes turn into wars over there in Afghanistan. What's happening over there with the Taliban? So these are things that give you an idea. You know, if this ain't the end, you must be sleeping. You're definitely spiritually asleep. If this ain't the end times, what is? Like one of my videos. So let's go into the word end.
Strong's H319. Acharith.
Like the title of one of my videos, if this ain't the end times we're living in now, I don't know what is, as they say. Right, the after part. End, issue, event, latter time, prophetic for the future time. Alright. Posterity, if I said that right. Right, I want to look up that word there. Posterity. In the Google. Curious to see what Google has to say about that one. Posterity, all future generations of people. Yeah, because we're on your last legs, sleazy E. We're on your last legs. Descendants, heirs, successors, offspring, children, family. We're on E. We're on your last legs. And the house of David is rising, and the house of Saul, which is the wicked of our own people. And you can put E up in that. You can put E up there. He's a wicked brute beast of a person. And the house of Saul is getting weaker. Actually, he's falling to pieces, man. He's falling to pieces at the seams, getting sloppy. Yeah, sleazy E. So that's the end of your generation. The future of our generation is coming up, right? That was the word posterity. Posterity. Let's get back to the blue letter. Really, the point is made, but just brush up the little ends. Brush up the ends. Yeah, Strong's definition. Let's go into that. The last or end, hence the future, also posterity, the last, latter. End times, hinder, most length, posterity, remnant, residue, reward. That's what it says there. Issue in the biblical online. We want to go to another one because this has to be up there. It has to be up there. Has to be up there. When you tap in end times, we'll go back to this. Just type in end times. You get a whole heap of precepts come up. Or end. Daniel's up there. Daniel's up there too. Right. Daniel chapters 12:4 says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." Right, so you can't deny that you can't get knowledge at the end of your fingertips. Knowledge is everywhere. Sometimes you just walk down the road and you're picking up knowledge. You see him, you hear you're just listening. You're hearing all the sirens going off, the helicopters going around, the police sirens. You got the ambulance. We know that's a sign there of judgments. Someone's met their death, or someone's met their form of judgment in one way or another. Helicopters, fire brigade. So, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal up the book, even to the time of the end. These are all signs when you hear all those things: sirens, judgments, police sirens, fire brigade sirens. Many shall run to and fro, and the knowledge shall be increased. And then you got the social media on all the different levels, and you can get heavy into that. Some people are heavy into it, but that's all part of it. Where your knowledge is at the end of your fingertips, man. And then you got the blue letters, you got the spiritual aids as well, right? And visions and dreams, Joel talks about Joel 2, or is it Joel 3? He's going to pour out the Spirit upon all flesh, man. Sons, daughters, maid servants, going to get visions and dreams. Oh, one of my previous dreams that I had, I was in a because I get a lot of them. Like, you can't always. There's some that you just know that is just for you alone, for your ears and eyes only. Some of the visions I get. So it's not always not everything you hear you're good for talk, as the Benji might say. Not everything here good for talk. But this one, I was in a palace, and I'm gonna just bring out what the Most High wants me to bring out. I was in a palace and I was looking around. This was, when you look at some of these people that have expensive art on their walls, and it's expensive just by looking at it, just by the vases. Some people have them expensive vases all on their coffee tables, like on their mantelpiece. And this yard was plush, and I couldn't tell you if I was in our kingdom or on this side in someone else's yard. Like to say, what's going to be happening when things start everything starts to break down, the society starts to break down, and we may have to become fugitives and move around. So it was more like I was in someone else's plush yard, and you just knew it was wealthy. It was a wealthy spot. So Like I say, this was one of the visions and dreams which the Most High said that was a sign of the last days. I get a lot of them. The latest one, this was just was last night or the night before. A wealthy yard. The yard was nice, and there was no one around. It was just me kicking. I was just kicking up my foot in there. Anything was at my disposal. I could do anything I wanted in the yard. And then I woke up. So, these are all little things that you can get an idea of. We know we're in that time now, the last time. Daniel chapter 12:4, I read it again. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal up the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and the knowledge shall be increased. The knowledge is 110%. 100% truth is out. All we got to do is go to the rivers of waters and pick out the knowledge, man, because the knowledge flowing like water. So we went into Daniel and on Daniel 12:4, and what does it say? It's gonna sound the same anyway. Well,
Strong's H 7093. Kate's
of the end.
Strong's H 7093. Kate's
end. This is just end. This is not end times. This is end. Not like in Isaiah. So end at the end of the time. End of space. End of space. End of time. All right. Let's see what the precepts. What does it say? There's a load of precepts there. Let's go to the Strong's. Gates constructed from an extremity with utpost border end. All right, but you know what comes to mind? There's a precept that comes to mind, and it talks about end space. In that one, it says end space. It says end space. Well, that's for you. That's for the wicked. That's for the heathens, the wicked of our own people, and sleazy. End of space. That's the end of your whole world. Kaput. Finito. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Yeah, that's E. That's you, sleazy E. You're Humpty Dumpty. And when you fell off the wall, and all the soldiers came, they couldn't put you back together again. That old nursery rhyme. And there's some true little. Some of those nursery rhymes ring true, man. When you fell, there's no one to put you back together again, Humpty Dumpty. So this is the end. This is the end for you. Caputo, and you're being exposed, revealed. 2 Ezra 6:8 says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac. Let me take my time and say with this one. When Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. Take your time with this one. 2 Ezra 6:9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right. So there you have it, man. There's so much evidence coming out of the worm, coming out of the every nick and cranny you can think of. There's an explosion of knowledge. Daniel chapter 12 verse 4. Seal up the book until the time of the end, and knowledge shall be increased. That you can get, the knowledge you can get at the end of your fingertips. Or even if you're not that way inclined and you're very observant and you're a good listener, you can hear and you can pick up vibrations as well. That this is the last time. The people are demonic. Heavily demonic. The Edomite man and the Edomite woman. Just walking past them, I feel it's a nasty vibration on these people. And the wicked of our own people. So this is the end times without a shadow of the doubt. And if this ain't the end times, I don't know what is. So that's why we're seeing all the revelations and the wicked are being totally revealed. So give our praises to Yahweh Hashem Yeshua for giving me the spirit to do this video. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So everything the wicked have done to us, past, present, and future, has fallen upon their own head. And yes, the house of David is rising and the wicked is going down.